Good morning, guys, and thank you so much for joining me on this Friday morning. I'm excited to be with you guys more than ever because the Lord has given me a crazy revelation. At least it makes sense to me. I hope it does, and it blesses you as well. And it's all centered around the weight of what we're walking through right now. And as we've been journeying through the song Good, Good Father this week, I think the Lord allowed me to see a perspective from a father's point that I have been trying to understand. And it all circles around the phrase all lives matter and the tension of people who are posting that and why. And it clicked this morning. It clicked, and I'm so thankful for the Lord giving my heart clarity. I have only used the phrase Black Lives Matter once, and it was about in 2016. You can fact check me when I shared a blog post about my own personal journey as a black man in a situation similar to this, in a season similar to this. But for other reasons, I just haven't. I firmly support and believe in that phrase, but I try to be very mindful of what I'm saying and when I'm saying it and how. I have my own issues, and this is one that I want to see alleviated. So I try to process through, but I also feel like the Lord has allowed me to wait to this moment for Him to give me clarity. When you see someone who you love dearly that is posting all lives matters, and then you have that conversation, as I am guilty of too, of trying to convict them of what they are saying and the tension that it is bringing and why, that's the place where we have to step back. It is not our job to convict people of anything. That is where the Holy Spirit, that is where the Lord comes in. It is His job. But the revelation that the Lord hit me with this morning is to think of it from the Father's perspective. People who are hurt will hurt people, and I've said that. Also, people who are hurting desire to be heard. I'm going to say that again. People who are hurting desire to be heard. Most of the people who are posting all lives matter are not saying that black lives doesn't matter. What they are saying is all lives matter, all lives matter, all lives matter. How dare you not say that? And what they're saying is, I know they're hurting, but in this moment, I'm hurting. Everyone else is asking and fighting and supporting and pushing them, but I'm right here, right now, and I'm acting out because I need someone to hear me. Think about that. If you are in relationship with someone who has posted that over the past few weeks, or you've had conversations with them and they are so locked into it, have you ever stopped to say, all lives do matter? What's going on? How are you? They may say, oh, I'm good. I'm great. I just think all this is crazy. And then you stop and you say, no. As someone who loves you, as a friend, as a sister, as a brother, whatever the relationship, especially if it's a close relationship, you say, what's going on? Like, how are you really doing? The reality that I see in this is that we want people to value an injustice and see that. And the Father does that so well. He sees it, He shows it, He loves it. He places things on our hearts to speak life into what is dead. But for our human nature, we are selfish by nature. Selfish by nature. So when I'm looking at now all the people that I know that have posted that, I'm going back and thinking, wait a minute. They are reaching out. And it doesn't mean that they are not acknowledging the injustice. They're just so hurt right now that they don't have the energy or the desire to have grace or pity or even talk about someone else, because they're like, I'm screaming, or I'm going to use this moment to scream and say, what about me? What about me? And if we are distracted from the end goal, which is race restoration, then those who want to speak life into those other people to help them come along to see, hey, let's own it, things are wrong and we need to do something about it, they're not going to listen if they themselves aren't in a place to hear. If they're hurting, they're not trying to help somebody else heal. A father would notice when his children are hurting. He can read their personality. He knows when they lash out. He knows when they say things that they don't mean. And they just keep revving it up and they just keep getting louder and louder. And he's like, oh, you're acting out right now because you are hurting and I'm missing all the signs. Let's dial back and let's help them realize that we know they matter and it's okay. So let's be real and transparent about what they're going through so that they can stop feeling unheard, to help us bring healing and own the fact that Black lives do matter. They have not mattered in many ways, but we want to change the narrative. No one is saying only Black lives matter, but in this season, people are saying for once, hey, Black lives do matter. The Lord would have us to tell every person, yes, you matter. But in this moment, I need you to step up and know what matters most. But only those who are healed and heard are typically willing to be selfless and serve. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. Who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. Who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. Lord, you're perfect in all of your ways to us. 'Cause you're a good, good Father. That's who you are. That's who you are. That's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good Father. Guys, I hope this brings some clarity as it has to me. And we all have a great weekend, but I challenge and encourage you to reach out to one person who you have seen this unique tension with and say, hey, what's really going on? You guys have a great weekend. See you Monday morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time.